Hi, I'm Ashley Nicole, and today is Wednesday, April 28th. 2 weeks ago from today, I received the greatest gift I could ever receive, and it's the special glasses that I'm wearing. We were gonna do a video today of me walking around outside and showing what I can see, and as I'm adjusting to these glasses every single day, but it's pouring down rain and thunderstorming, so we couldn't quite do that. So I thought I would just sit down and kind of give a little perspective on my life now and what it was back then. So I was born a blue baby, and I was born with a heart condition. I have tetralogy of Fallot repaired, and I also had some other health issues. So I had cerebral palsy, or I do, epilepsy, little person syndrome, and hearing impairment. And so the doctors are really doing everything they could just to keep me alive. So when my parents found out I was blind, they were, as probably a lot of parents experience, devastated, angry, confused. What do we do? But as time went by, they realized that my life was more valuable than blindness alone. So being blind was okay. It started to become just a thing. It was not this thought of, why can't she do this? Why can't she do that? As I started to get older in the toddler years and in the elementary years, I didn't think about my blindness as like a burden. That's all I knew. All I knew is what I knew, and so I was gonna climb on that trampoline. I was gonna jump on the trampoline. I was gonna swing on the swing, slide down the slide. If I couldn't see it, I didn't really understand that I couldn't see it. It was kind of like I knew that I was blind, but it didn't really affect me, and it didn't really make me wonder, what if I saw this? I always remember being able to see certain things from a distance, but to me that was normal, and that's all it could be. And so I was okay with that. As I got older, we started noticing I was able to see certain things. And actually, backing up 2 seconds, when I was probably 2 years old, my dad noticed I was able to see some things at home, and he asked the eye doctor, why is she seeing this? And they didn't really know. So basically, as I got older, I was able to see things. I was able to walk outside, and I did use a white cane. I still do today. But I did use a white cane to help me navigate everything around me as a legally blind person. And I'm so grateful for those skills that I have to help my orientation and mobility and crossing streets and just feeling very confident in myself. But I started to lose hearing by the time I was in elementary school. I remember trying to cross streets and I couldn't hear cars, and that was super difficult. And so we went on this long journey of me needing hearing aids. And I remember feeling so panicked about crossing streets, like I can't hear the cars. Like it was as if like, okay, I'm blind, but I also can't hear. But the interesting thing is I could kind of see the cars, but I was second guessing myself, and I didn't tell anyone, because again, this is all I knew as a kid. If the doctor says you can't see, you're saying, okay, I can't see. Every single one of my doctors knew what they were doing. So if a doctor said, you need a wheelchair, you need a wheelchair. If the doctor said just whatever I have several different, special doctors because of my conditions. And so whatever they say goes. Like, I don't question them. For the most part, we do what they say. But this is a very unique situation. So as I got older, I realized I was able to see things. And then the teacher started telling me that, can you see this? Can you see this? And I would just say, yeah. And I didn't really understand. To me, it was like, yeah, I can see it, So for me, it was more of, I was able to see it, but to me, it was like, why are they asking that? Like, this is normal for me. I just didn't know. All I knew is I was blind. I didn't wear glasses at the time. I did for protection, but not to help me see. So that was okay. I didn't mind wearing them, but after a while, it was like, if the glasses aren't helping, I don't really want to wear them. And I understand it was to protect my eyes, because that is super important. But as a kid and a teenager, if the glasses aren't helping me see, I didn't really want to wear them. And it didn't bother me to say I'm not going to wear the glasses today. I was okay with that. So I started wearing glasses at a young age to protect my eyes. And as I got older, my mom decided, you know, hey, if you don't want to wear them, you don't have to. We just want your eyes to be protected, but it's up to you. It's your choice. She didn't pressure me because obviously they weren't helping me see. They were just clear lenses. So my eye muscles are very weak because of my cerebral palsy, and also because they have not been used in years the way that they could have been. So thanks to some generous people, I was able to have the best experience ever, which I'll get into in just a minute. So when I was in the middle of middle school, something crazy happened to my eyes, and they wouldn't stop watering. And when I say they wouldn't stop watering, I mean my entire shirt would be soaking in the matter of 2 minutes. Like I couldn't even play violin without the pain, without anything. And so we went to the doctor, and I mean, it was as if my heart was being ripped out of my chest. Like I'm getting hearing aids. They tell me that I need prosthetic eyes. They tell us that my eyes are useless and that there's nothing they can do but to take them out, and I needed prosthetic eyes. I remember in that moment feeling so scared, so nervous. I had just started attending the blind school at the time for a couple of years, just for the experience, because most of my years I went to public school, but I did a lot of camps at the blind school. So I have a lot of friends from there, and it was such a great place to be at, especially around that time for me. It was a very good fit. I remember going back to school telling all my blind and visually impaired friends that they're wanting to get rid of my eyes. And all of them were like, oh, what color are you gonna get? And I'm just sitting here thinking, no, you don't understand. Like, I don't care about color. I care that, like, I used to be able to see, and they're gonna take out my eyes, and I'm not gonna have this anymore. Like, this is not even like a joke. And I remember sitting in PE class at the blind school, and I sat down on the mat, and I put my face in my arms and my hands, and I was just like, I can't do this. Side note, I was gonna get ready to go the next day. It was an urgent surgery. They were like, we need to do this like right away. So not only were they gonna take my eyes, but they were gonna do it in like 2 days. And I was like, wait a minute, like what's going on? So I remember just like sitting there and thinking, no, I can't, like, cause at that point I could see the lights, like I could see things, but my eyes were just in so much pain. And so I just remember like being like, no, I can't do this. Like this is not even like, it's not like I never had vision. It's not, finally I started vocalizing to my parents and my family, but I'm able to see this. Why do they want to take my eyes? Like, you know, my family went, wait a minute, you're able to see what? And my mom would do this and put things in front of my face and turn on and off the lights and put them in my eyes. And she would put up colored things to my eyes, and she would say, wait a minute, you're able to see? And so originally I was diagnosed with stage 5 retinopathy prematurity, which pretty much means your retinas are detached. But the thing is, how are your retinas detached when you're able to put on a pair of glasses and you're able to actually look around and see? Like, I can see the camera right now where I'm filming, which is why I don't have on voiceover. I do this completely 100% by myself, no assistance whatsoever. Sure, there are times I'll have people help me film, and I'll film this or that, but I'm able to take pictures now, and I know I'm like all over the place, but I'm trying to give you the process of like back then and now. But I just remember that moment, and so I remember like thinking, I was lying in bed the night before, and they said, what color do you want your eyes? And I just said dark chocolate, because it just reminded me of chocolate. I didn't care what the color looked like. I didn't care about anything. I was upset. And so I remember lying in bed the night before, and I remember praying, God, I don't know what you're doing, but I pray that if this is meant to be, that you will give me peace about it, because right now I feel so unsettled, and I don't know what it is about this. And I've been through several surgeries before. I've been through ear surgeries, heart surgeries. Like, I've been through a lot of things, but this is something that I have never felt so unsettling about in my life. And I just remember telling him, God, if you want this to happen, help things to go smoothly at the hospital tomorrow. we always prayed, obviously, before. I grew up in a Christian family, and I'm a Christian, and we would pray before every surgery that I got, minor or major. And so I just remember lying there in bed, and I'm thinking, and I said, just help things to go smooth like they always do. I know you got this under control, but I'm scared. And I was more scared of what I was going to lose than what I was of the actual surgery itself. So we went in the hospital the next day, and basically I was pumped up and ready to go. I really wasn't emotionally, but I had to make myself. My surgery was scheduled for noon that day. And 11:45, they come in and they say, we're sorry, we're on a 4.5 hour delay. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, what? And I'm sitting there at that moment thinking, all right, God, I don't know what you're doing, but this doesn't sound right. And I think I was already in like the gown and everything, and my parents were there, and I remember they were kind of taken back, and they went, a 4.5 hour delay? Like, we've never had that before, ever, to get a surgery. I mean, we've had little waits, but this was like, for a serious surgery like this was a huge, like, this was not normal. And I remember them saying, now we do need to go over some risks because this is part of the brain. It could cause some more seizures and all that. And I'm going, what are we doing? So I remember just kind of, okay, we're just gonna hang out. And I was very little. I actually was the size I am now, but I was 14, and I couldn't eat or drink or anything, obviously, and it had been 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We're talking like it had been past the 4.5 hour mark. My parents were, and they were, pushing me around in the wagon, trying to keep me comforted. At this point, I was just emotionally a wreck. I was already a wreck, but like, we're going on 5:30 in the evening, and they haven't done the surgery. And this surgery was supposed to be over, or almost over, because they told us it would be like a 4-hour surgery. It was a serious surgery. And I remember like thinking, what is happening? Finally, it was like 6 o'clock. The surgeon walked past us in the hallway, and he was like, still haven't forgot about you. That's literally what he said. And I had no words. It was 6 o'clock. And so finally 7:30 rolls around, and I go in the bathroom, and I remember saying, Mom, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I was in so much pain. I said, there's got to be another way. There has got to be another way. And she said, Ashley, the doctor's in the room. He's ready to do it if you want to. She said it with a kind and calm voice. It wasn't like you have to. At this point, it was literally 7:30 at night. The surgery was scheduled for noon. And I knew this isn't supposed to happen. I don't know why this isn't supposed to happen, but it's not supposed to happen. And I just remember saying over and over again, please don't let them take my eyes. Please don't let him take my eyes. She's like, but you're in pain. Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, you're in so much pain. I said, please don't let him take my eyes. If he was gonna do it, he would have done it 7 hours ago. I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm in pain, but there's got to be another way. And I remember in that moment, I walked out of the bathroom, and the doctor said, do you want the surgery? And I said, no. I said, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know what's going on, but this is not supposed to happen today, and I can't say anything else. And I remember my dad looked at that doctor and said, you need to leave. My daughter does not need her eyes taken out. We've been waiting here. We've all been emotionally ready for this, emotionally not ready for this, all these mixed emotions, and you come in 7 hours later and want to do this surgery when you're unsure of what even you're doing? And he even told us that he was unsure. He didn't know what was gonna happen after the surgery. He didn't know how I would react. He just told us I'd be very sick. And so we decided at that moment it wasn't gonna happen. And I showed up to school the next day, and they said, where are your prosthetic eyes? I said, I'm not getting prosthetic eyes. And that was the start of a brand new journey for me. So we went to another doctor. I was put on some eye drops, and I did have a rare case of something going on with my eyes. But after taking the eye drops 4 times a day for a year, we weaned them down to 3 times a day, 2 times a day, 1 time a day. It was helping my eyes. The eye drops, it was Alamast. That's what they were. I can't tell you in that moment, the moment we put in those eye drops, my eyes would stop watering. And so they thought, well, yeah, we can use this until you get the surgery. But I'm telling you, like, I remember one day I said my eyes were feeling so good. And even though it took a year, I said, I don't care how long this takes. I'm not getting my eyes taken out. Had I never had vision, I probably would have had a different perspective on this, but I'm telling you, this was meant to happen the way it was. I'm glad I went through it for a reason, but it was it was different. So after about a year, I remember waking up one morning and I said, I don't need my eye drops today. And at this point, we'd weaned them down to once a day. My mom said, are you sure? I said, yeah. And I opened my eyes and I looked out the window and I saw the sunshine and it was like a nice summer day. And she was like, okay, if you need them, let me know and we could put them in. And I never needed those eye drops again. And my vision started to come back. Everything I was able to see, nothing was cloudy for me. My eyes weren't watering. I could play violin again. I could stand up and sing without having to worry about pain in my eyes or consistent watering in my eyes and thinking my eyes are gonna die and shrinking and they're useless and all this stuff. So at this point, I was content. The thought of glasses never even crossed my mind. I did decide to get glasses again to protect my eyes because after that was kind of an eye-opener to me. Like, I want my eyes to be protected. I don't want anything to happen. But then I went to college and I didn't want to wear them anymore. Like, we had gone through, 10 years of my eyes doing great and I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't need them. So I started seeing things again. I was able to see so much that we were introduced to bioptic telescopic glasses with a telescope on them. It's like the telescope was on the right lens and you turn it to the right and you adjust it to where you could see. So for me, at first when I put them on, I was like, I don't understand what I'm seeing. I don't know what I'm seeing. This is everything looked like everything. That's all I can say. But then as time went by, it was literally an hour and a half. I could see the musicians on stage at church. There were things I was starting to see, but it was like, whoa. And so I used those for a year and a half consistently. And I was able to see houses. I was able to see things that I've never been able to see before. And I thought that was the best that it could get for me. So we traveled to Nicholasville to see Dr. John Muzak, and I see Dr. Jacob Junker here in Louisville, and also Dr. Mark Lynn, who is very generous in helping us with this process as well. But, when you're blind, and these glasses, the bioptic glasses, are really for driving. Well, obviously I'm never gonna drive. And honestly, well, I'm not even gonna say never anymore, because that's just, every time I say never, something weird happens. But I'm not expecting to ever actually drive, like, visually, but you never know. But I'm very content with my situation is basically what I'm saying. So my mom and I were talking and she was like, I really want to know what's going on with your eyes. I want to know if we can get something that has more magnification in it that could help you see. And so I went to Dr. Music and he was so compassionate, so understanding. I mean, he would show me the cards and, I've never done an eye exam like that in my life, so I didn't know what to expect. I don't know if he knew exactly what to expect, and for the fact that she's either going to see the cards or she can't. I could see the cards, but I couldn't read the numbers, and I could hear it in his voice. I wish you could see this. Yeah, I really wish you could see. I wish you could. And for me, I was thinking, it's okay. Like, I don't know what these numbers look like. When you turn lights off, it doesn't help me. But at the same time, you can't take an eye exam out in the parking lot. So maybe had we known if we, to have toys or objects or something to say, yes, I can see that, or yes, I can see that. But what's also can be really hard with an eye exam is you don't always know until you get the new glasses. So he was doing the absolute best what he had to work with. And so, I didn't have these glasses and so I couldn't say, I could see this, I could see that. So he did amazing, and I almost felt really bad for him because he was trying his best. And so he would take the glasses off and that panicked me instantly. And I think he knew, okay, we have some hope. He wanted these glasses to work. And let me tell you guys, So my eyes are not dead. I am at a stage 3 retinopathy of prematurity after getting an ultrasound of my eyes from Dr. Yunker, my retina specialist. And the one thing he said is, don't stop wearing glasses. He did make a suggestion to us. He did say, I wonder eventually if you could get a pair of glasses without the telescope on them, but strong to see, stronger power, just to see what they do and what you're able to see with. He said, because right now what I'm seeing what you're able to see with glasses. So I can't put down here that you can't see with them, because everything I'm doing is showing the proof that you are. Now, my charts in the past says, certain things, but I have so much scar tissue behind my eyes and I have so much cloudiness. So it's really hard for any eye doctor to see what's going on. But one thing we do know is I take these off. I just got an instant panic mode. I couldn't even see the camera. I put these back on, everything changes. I've been able to see, like the other day my dad came in and he said, hey Shorty, you see my new shoes? He calls me Shorty. He's like, hey, you see my new shoes? And I looked at them like this and I said, are they brown? And he said, oh my gosh, they're working. Like literally his reaction was so real. Like it's hard because we don't always have the cameras on, but it's like, why were we filming that? He was like, yes, they're brown. Your glasses are working, they're working. And I think right now what's hard for me is to tell is like things that are tan. I can see brown, I could see pink, purple, red, green, white. But sometimes if you have like tan mixed with other colors that are mixed together can be kind of hard for me to see. I could see blue, but if they're mixed, it's still kind of hard. But what I can say is this, I have never been able to see so amazing in my life. Without the glasses is definitely different than with the glasses. And so, as I was doing that low vision evaluation, I'm sure we're all thinking, she can't see the chart from over there. Like, she's blind. This is what? But the thing is, again, we didn't have these glasses. We didn't know. He was stepping out in faith with me, and I am so grateful that he did. Had he not written that prescription, again, I don't know anything about glasses prescriptions. I don't know about numbers. I'm learning more now because I asked my mom, like, what does this mean? She was like, whoa, I've never seen a prescription that strong. But as soon as they put them on 2 weeks ago, they put the glasses on me. I mean, I walked in not being able to see anything. I was scared. I was nervous. I was excited at the same time, but I was nervous. I was like, what if, you do go in there, they might not work. You have to face the reality of they might not work. But because I'm so severely legally blind and severely nearsighted, I walked in and I got my glasses, and immediately I pointed to the 2 signs that were behind the counter. I point like this because that's just how I point. And I said, what are those 2 big looking sign things? They said, those are the 2 signs. I could see the people behind the counter. The guy swiftly moved to the right, and I remember going, whoa! And he was like, yeah, I just moved. I said, I know. Because I've never seen that. Like with the telescopic glasses, the telescope that's sticking out, again, they prepared me for this. So therefore, I am very grateful. So I wasn't completely clueless. Like when they put these on me, everything came back in an instant. But it was way more than I expected. Like I turned to my right and I could see the rack of glasses. I said, is that the rack of glasses? And they said, yes. So for me, my brain is like a child's brain because I've gone so long without being able to see. And it's, I'll say, is this, that way I know visually, okay, I'm understanding, my brain is understanding this is what this is, and next time I'll know. So even the retina specialist, I talked with him about this, and it is a visual thing, but it's also a brain thing. Because if you've never seen before, how do you know what is what without touching it or without seeing it? Even if I just see it and ask, like I didn't even touch the glasses. I mean, they were far away from me. I was like, are those the glasses to my right? And they said yes, and I don't need to touch those to know what glasses look like. So 2 weeks, I'm able to see colors. I'm still adjusting. Like, it's one thing, my mom's a vision expert, and so she works in the vision field, and she said the one thing I've noticed is that you are still adjusting, and it's gonna get better. If they didn't work, you wouldn't have already started adjusting by now. And so I'm able to see people and things and other details that I've not been able to see. So I'm getting ready to end this video, but I just want to say we're gonna keep you guys updated on the progression of what I'm able to see little by little. But thank you so much to Dr. Music, Dr. Junker, and Dr. Lynn for stepping out in faith with me and my family. This has been extremely life-changing, and just to know that I can go outside and walk with my cane or my crutches and be able to look at the houses and see how high and tall they are and the trees. Like, I can't see in the dark. Like, who can see in the dark? But I can see in the dark with these glasses. That's just weird. To be able to look out the window when I'm in my booster seat because I'm kind of short and see the cars just swiftly go by, you know, and trucks and big cars and smaller cars. It's so amazing. So that's my progression on my glasses in 2 weeks. That's my story. Thankfully, I didn't get prosthetic eyes. We're celebrating today. This is a brownie from Chick-fil-A. If you want one, go get one. I mean, they're good. I'm just saying. But yeah, this has been such an amazing journey, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. Also follow me on the gram at Little Ash Nicole. And yeah, peace.